Today we shall study about the heat exchangers. So what is the heat exchanger? Heat exchanger is a device in which exchange of heat takes place between two fluids, the hot fluid and the cold fluid. Then we shall study about the various types of heat exchangers or classification of heat exchangers. A classification of heat exchanger according to the heat transfer process. 1. Direct contact type. Here, the heat exchange takes between two immiscible by direct contact between two immiscible fluids. Example: a cooling tower is a direct contact type heat exchanger in which hot water from the condenser of a steam power plant is cooled by air flowing upwards through the cooling tower. Then second type of heat exchanger is a regenerator or storage type heat exchanger. Here the hot and cold fluids flow alternatively through a matrix. First, a hot fluid is allowed to flow through the matrix for some time. The hot fluid will give up its heat to the matrix. After some time, the flow of hot water is stopped, and then cold water is allowed to flow over this heated matrix. The cold fluid will pick up the heat from the heated matrix and will get heated. Examples of the regenerator or storage type heat exchangers are preheaters for steam power plants, blast furnaces, oxygen producers. Then next type of heat exchanger is a recuperator or a concentric tube heat exchanger. In this heat exchanger, the hot and cold fluids will flow simultaneously through the heat exchanger, and heat is transferred from hot fluid to the cold fluid through the wall separating the hot and cold fluid. In the figure is shown a concentric tube heat exchanger or a tubular heat exchanger. Here the one tube flows through the inner tube, while the other fluid flows through the annular space between the inner and the outer fluid. Then we have a shell and tube heat exchanger. Shell and tube heat exchangers consists of a bundle of small diameter tubes packed within a shell. This is used when a large amount of heat of the order of megawatt is to be removed. Here we have two fluids. A small diameter tube fluid consists of a fluids which flow through the small diameter tubes, and a shell fluid consists of a fluid which flows over the tubes in the shell. Example of a shell and fluid heat exchanger is condenser, steam condenser, where the latent heat of steam of the order of kilojoule per kg are to be removed. Then we have a multiple shell and tube pass heat exchangers. To increase the surface area of heat exchanger or contact period between the hot and cold fluids, multiple shell and tube pass heat exchanger are used. In the figure 1 shown is a multiple tube pass, where the tube fluid will make two passes before leaving the heat exchanger. Then we have a 2 shell pass and 4 tube pass, where the shell fluid makes two passes while flowing through the heat exchanger. Tube fluid will make 4 passes through the heat exchanger before leaving the heat exchanger. Then Classification according to relative direction of the fluids, hot and cold fluids. First, parallel flow. In a parallel flow heat exchanger, hot and cold fluids will flow parallel parallel to each other. Here the temperature distribution curve is also shown here. Thi, Tho are the inlet and outlet temperature of hot fluid. Tci and Tco are the inlet and outlet temperature of cold fluid. Thi minus Tci is equal to theta I is the temperature difference at the inlet. Tho minus Tco is the temperature difference at the outlet. We see that the temperature difference goes on decreasing from inlet to outlet in the case of a parallel flow heat exchanger. Now consider a counter flow heat exchanger. Here the hot and cold fluids will flow in opposite direction to each other. Temperature distribution curve is also shown. Here you can see that temperature difference between the hot and cold fluids remains almost constant throughout the heat exchanger. Therefore, the entire surface of the heat exchanger is effectively used in the counter flow heat exchanger. Therefore, counter flow heat exchanger is more efficient than the parallel flow heat exchanger. Another type of heat exchanger is a cross flow heat exchanger. Here the hot and cold fluids will flow at right angles to each other. Here the one of the hot fluid is flowing through the inner tube, through the tubes, while the other fluid, cold fluid, is flowing over the tubes and getting mixed with itself. So it is a one mixed fluid and another fluid unmixed type of heat exchanger. We also have both fluids unmixed. Here the both are hot and cold fluids are flowing in tubes and are not mixing with themselves. Then compact heat exchangers. Compact heat exchangers are used to provide more surface area per unit volume. They are used whenever there are constraints of space, like in aircraft we are using a compact heat exchanger. These provide a large surface area. A compact heat exchanger is one heat exchanger which provides whose surface area density is greater than 700 meter square per meter cube. Various type of heat exchangers are there. Plate fin heat exchanger. As the name itself indicates, it consists of a alternative plates and fins arranged together as a block. Stream hot and fluids exchange heat by flowing along the passages made by the fins between the plates. Thus, the parting plates will separate the two fluids, hot fluid and the cold fluid, on either side. The parting plates will act as a primary heat surfaces, whereas the fins will act as a secondary heat surfaces. Applications of this plate fin heat exchangers are liquefaction of air, production of petrochemicals, and large refrigeration plants, aerospace industry. Plate heat exchanger. They consist of a number of plates placed one above the other, forming a series of channels for the fluids to flow. Hot and cold fluids flow alternatively through the channels, so that a plate is in contact with hot fluid on one side and to the cold fluid on the other side. Then we have a spiral heat exchanger. This, as the figure shows, two long metal pipes are rolled over a central core to form two concentric spiral passages for the flow of fluid. This provides a superior flow distribution intense turbulence and high heat transfer coefficient, about 50 to 100% greater heat transfer coefficient compared to shell line tube heat exchanger. Then this is another term, overall heat transfer coefficient. As I have told, this is a concentric tube heat exchanger where hot fluid is flowing through the inner tube, cold fluid is flowing through the annular space between the inner and the outer tubes. The heat is transferred from the hot fluid to the cold fluid through the inner tube thickness. Heat will flow by convection from the hot fluid to the inner surface area by convection, and through the inner tube by conduction, and from the outer surface of the inner tube to the other fluid, cold fluid, by convection. Thus, it is a combination of heat transfer involves a combination of conduction and convection processes. Therefore, we can use a term overall heat transfer coefficient instead of a H. We are using a U. U is a overall heat transfer coefficient. Again, we are seeing that we say that after continuous usage of the heat exchanger, a dirt or scale is deposited on both inner and outer surfaces. This dirt or scale also will offer a thermal resistance to heat flow, and thermal resistance to heat flow is taken into account by a term known as a fouling factor. Fi is the fouling factor on the inner surface, Fo is the fouling factor taken into account for the outer scale resistance. So we have, again, since the tube have inner and outer areas, we have defined inner outer heat transfer coefficient, overall heat transfer coefficient based on inner area Ui, overall heat transfer coefficient based on outer area Uo. So U1 by U0 is given by 1 by Hi D0 by Di plus Rfi D0 by Di plus D0 by 2K log D0 by Di plus Rfo plus 1 by H0. So this completes the introduction about the heat exchangers. Now next class we shall study about the heat transfer analysis using logarithmic mean temperature difference method. Okay, thank you.